So welcome back, dear friends, to another scene for our lovely Lost Cub venue, where we shall begin at the Batcave, the proverbial Batcave. The thankfully not especially literal Batcave, because that would be gross and unfortunate and full of guano and bats, and nobody wants that. And potentially Batman, which would be cool, but probably not worth the guano volumes we're talking here. So, here at the Batcave, also known as the old Miller place or the Miller estate, we have a new contender who, at last check, I believe, was left passed the fuck out in one of the, just the parlor rooms on an air mattress. Now, a day or two has passed. Our buddy Trip here has been, has been fed, has been watered, has been showed where the bathrooms are, has even been offered a change of clothes. Because his are not in the best condition ever. He's been roughed up a lot. So, Trip has been given, well, at least pretty free run of the first floor of this really big, really fucking old house. And when I say really big and really fucking old, I do in fact mean really big and really fucking old, albeit somewhat cleaner than this. We have people living here now. We know how to sweep. There might even be a vacuum cleaner. There's also an absurd number of Alexas that go back and forth from being plugged in and not plugged in, as various people get either excited or annoyed. But there you have it. You've been allowed to wander around the first floor of this estate. You have already been told, and at this point been told again very firmly, that trying to leave really isn't in your best interest. Because A, the world is dangerous, and B, Becca's bullshit tolerance is at an all-time low. And she is having none of your shit right now. It's one of those things where it's like, you think it's silly until, you're hanging out in a room and you glance around and you realize she's, like, leaning on the doorway. It's like, hey, buddy, hey. She has been acting as an in-and-out babysitter. So there are several parlors. There is a massive library you've stumbled upon. And towards the back of the house, past the large staircase, is this huge conservatory where the back wall is entirely glass all the way up the back. And while there's not a lot of plant life in there these days, it does get a lot of light. There are a lot of pots where some little plants have been started, kind of. But more to the point, it's being used for the most part as a garage. Becca's got at least one bike pulled in there at any given time, and she putters around in there. You know when she's watching you because she's not in there cussing. The other point of interest is that there is a fountain there. Like, of all the shit, like, there's a lot of silly, really old, really fancy things, fancy banisters. That is a massive painting. It's old and sad, but it's huge. That is a huge mirror that spans an impressive length of hallway wall. But this is a no-shit fountain in the conservatory that you've been given the impression is useful in a very serious way, but considering that you have not hopped to the Umbra yet, Lord knows if you even know how to do it, has not been especially useful to you in particular. You will see other faces in and out. Your various kidnappers are among them. As is this tiny chick you'll see flitting around now and again. Though for the moment she seems to be giving you space. It's very possible that she has been told to give you space. But you'll see her, like, scampering down the hall upstairs. I mean, there's an open view up over the banister and into the hallway. But you got big old house, and when you look outside, out front is your beautiful lawn, which is no longer as overgrown as once it was. Bless the lawnmower. Bless it. And in the back, looking directly out back, is a less endearing sight by far. Not like right up on the house, but back a bit to where, it's the only thing that really sticks out from the trees from your view at the windows. There is definitely an old graveyard back there. You may have sworn, like, you've heard cars go in and out a couple times, and you've even seen, like, a big RV at least once kind of pull past because that thing needs gas periodically. It just kind of pulls out of God knows where and then pulls back to God knows where at some point. So, Trip, buddy, pal, friendo, you have a number of rooms that you've had a chance to kind of poke around in. There is a basement where the food and whatnot are being kept. There's even a hatch out to the back. The really big basement. There's actually a kitchen down there, it turns out. It took some doing to find it, but it's down there. So the question is, what have you been doing? You haven't been here long.
Sure. Yeah. And it's Trip finished it.
Ooh. Let me find a way to tweak your thing or turn you up a little bit. Your mic kind of quirked.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go. You're good.
Hey! As Trip finished.
Oh,
Like this.
not as good as I thought. Maybe if I turn you up?
Is it better?
It was just doing like a weird staticky kind of thing for a minute.
Mm-hmm. As I was saying, as Trip finishes his cigarette in the servatorium, because it's the only place I'm guessing he's allowed to smoke indoors.
I mean, they don't want you flicking butts everywhere, but for the most part, you seem pretty clear to smoke inside. Becca just at one point kind of gives you a knock on the shoulder and tells you to be careful because this place is old and who knows how flammable it is. But other than that, doesn't seem to actually care. She smokes inside.
Ah, okay. I'm taking a look around. The impression is once again cemented into him. This place is really big. Fucking old.
It is both of those things in abundance.
And there's a kitchen in the cellar, not on the first floor.
The kitchen is actually, of all the weird shit, or at least weird to the modern mind, in the basement.
That is weird.
There is a big old, like, one of those cast iron ovens, like really old school stoves. There does seem to be a water heater because you were able to have a shower at this point. But yeah, there's essentially a storage area of the basement where they seem to tuck all their food. There is probably a big box freezer at this point. And it's generally cooler. So for the most part, like, drinks and stuff are just kind of left to sit on the shelves and are kind of pleasantly cool, if not refrigerated. But yeah, there's a sink down there. There's a very old but functioning kitchen.
But making sure he isn't being hawked over by any particular pair of eyes. Trip heads to the kitchen in search of beautiful, beautiful booze. Because he is bored.
You know what? Roll me that alertness, buddy. Give it to me. We're using the werewolf channel.
Your alertness?
Your perception alertness.
The fuck is my perception alertness?
It's a very good question, sir.
It's 5. Oh.
Look, 1 is all you need. 1 is all you need to spot that while there are many things on these shelves, and there are certainly things in this freezer, there's a really big barrel over there with the word booze painted on it, sloppily.
Ooh, now we talking. No one in particular. Are there any glasses? Big ones.
There's definitely like containers of like solo cups. You get the impression like there are some dishes. There's also just a thing of solo cups, and it looks for all the world like people rinse them out and reuse them.
Yeah, he grabs one, sort of in his hand, stares at it. Fucking fancy. And heads to the barrel to figure out how the fuck to pour a barrel, because unsurprisingly he has never done so.
I mean, let me take a look at you here, buddy. Let's see how our buddy Trip rolls stat wise.
Not high on the intelligence. Again, unsurprising.
You know what? He's got a decent wits though. He can kind of puzzle it. You eventually figure out how to like loosen up the literal like lid top on it and pull it open, so you can just kind of scoop out what's in there.
Oh,
so
wait,
the
Okay, no, I was looking for merits and flaws.
that is a good thing to be aware of.
But I appear to
You seem to have kept your life very simple, sir.
He's a simple man.
A simple
But not
man
one
with
above,
simple needs like booze and drugs.
Speaking of booze, realizing that he can just scoop it out like some sort of twisted ice cream. Trip dips his head in. And no, before you ask, he does not check firsthand or analyze the contents. He takes it on faith as he sort of hoists his relatively small body. He is just ending teenage years and slightly short for his age. Probably maybe because of the use of drugs and lack of health insurance, hoists himself over to get his head in.
So I have a question for you, sir. How does Trip feel about wine? Especially like really dry wine.
I mean, on one hand, it's booze. On the other hand, it's fancy.
This would be what you are bathing your face in right now. The driest wine. The driest, like, red wine that you have ever exposed yourself to in your life.
What's the alcohol content of this wine? This very, very dry wine.
I am not sure how aging affects the alcohol content of wine, but I'm pretty sure that if he's used to drinking things like beer and liquor, it will go right to his goddamn head. Because that is what wine does. So it's maybe not like amazingly alcoholic, but I mean it's gonna ride him like wine does as opposed to other kinds of liquor.
I think I'm gonna roll me a Dex athletic, and I'll explain why.
Mm-hmm.
Because I don't even think he's had dry wine before, especially not the driest wine of all, the land. So I'm gonna make sure that the shock and sting, sort of piercing headache, which comes after something like that, doesn't make him lose his balance as he hoists himself up and just dunks himself in said barrel.
I'll put it this way: that wine is older than he is. So yes, do give me this roll because I feel like this will be a prompt that may bring people
oh
to
no!
your aid.
Oh no! Why 6 times? Why?
Ugh.
So for anybody in hearing range, you're gonna hear a very short expletive cut very short by unmistakable clog, and maybe some thrashing afterwards.
He's stuck in the thing again. Looking over at Bill as he's just sitting there puffing on the cigarette. sitting down.
How?
She keeps doing it every time. Come on.
You think there'd be a goddamn learning curve?
Come on. We'll have to deal with the fit afterwards. Just
You know, the same mindset is what's going to get us shot.
keeps getting stuck at. Look, it's not her fault. She gets confused. You know how it is down there. She's
All
walking around.
right, fine.
Just be gentle. You know how she gets.
Yeah.
You get the incomparable experience of tromping down the stairs like, sweet Jesus, what is it this time? Only to see a pair of legs kicking out of the top of the barrel, the wine barrel.
What the fuckity?
That's not Heidi.
That's not Heidi.
As you walk over, who the fuck is that? She's like, very
Just-
so curiously walking over.
He's slowly drowning in a wine barrel.
I'll be
Reroll. It's my brilliant plan of rerolling my character.
And yeah, I will lift him up out of the wine barrel with strength 4. I don't think that's fucking difficult.
No, he's not. Like I said, he's short.
You could like grab him by the back of the pants and hoist his ass out, like just yank him tumbling out of the top of it with a big splash of red wine. He's been dyed. Yay! His shirt's red now.
Nice.
Just looking down at him, taking a couple of steps back, like, because that's like, that's like all over the floor now.
I don't like that wine.
Oh, really? Really?
It tastes funny.
So you stuck your whole head in?
Actually, I stuffed my whole body in.
Where's Becca? He looks up around. Because normally if... Oh, I see what you did. Just gives a sage nod. So why are you sneaking down to get wine?
I'm bored. It's boring. You ever try being kidnapped? It's boring. You guys are boring hostage takers.
You're not being kidnapped, buddy.
Mm. Fuck, I just got out of the shower, man.
Yep, and now you smell like you smell like a shitty bar. You actually smell like one of them like creepy like wine girl people.
Fuck you talking about? What white people?
No, the wine girl people that like they they have failed single marriages and they smell like just wine all day, every day.
Yeah, I'm sure you want to talk about your ex, but I don't think I'm the person to do it with. Okay, pal?
My ex? No, she wasn't one of those people. Besides, I'm not much older than you are.
Yeah, and I always go for the milfs too. I ain't judging.
And Tom resists the urge to put his head back in the wine barrel. Just takes the breath, like. You know, kid goes a trip. Trip.
The one and only?
Not a good idea to antagonize the people who have supposedly, holds up his arms, kidnapped you.
You already beat the shit out of me once. He sort of looks over the wine barrel as he talks.
Mm-hmm.
So I know what's coming.
I mean, I could drown you in the wine barrel again.
Well, I'd finished that before I even got close to drowning.
I'm sure that's what you were doing when we had to come and pull you out of it. Or, buddy, pal, friend, you could actually we could put you to work.
Slave labor, not you. I'm moving up in the world.
I mean, if that's the way you want to take it, you'll even get a reward. Look at that for yourself. Next, you'll be moving in the big house.
Yeah, big house. Speaking of that, what the hell are you all of you doing in a big old creepy ass mansion?
We're a gang, kid. Like a gang, like a proper, like, we're fighting the good fight type shit. We're like an army, really, when you think about it.
Yeah, I don't think the crib or the blood, hang around Victorian Mansion Avenue.
Nah, but like this place is so fucking abandoned. I don't know. It's kind of prime real estate. But on a more serious note, is Neil that kind of go haunch down a bit, so he's looking at the drowned trip like a drowned rat. We are actually doing some serious business that you're involved in.
Right, the
Because
business nobody's told me about.
business that nobody's told you about. Yeah, exactly. Because you can turn into one of those big angry fluff balls, 9-foot debt machine, that type of thing.
Best part of the last week.
Well, buddy, so can we. And the problem is that because all of us can, well, there's kind of like a big fight going on. Think of it like a guerrilla war type thing. And because you can now change into one of them, you've automatically been enlisted. It's kind of like forced conscription. We all have been.
Nah, I get it. I used to work at the mall. I know how bloodthirsty those army recruiters are.
Yeah, kind of like that, big guy.
Mm-hmm.
But here's the catch. You going out into the public, it has its advantages if you can manage it. And there are things out there which can and will kill you, especially in the cities. And we are actively trying to kill them. So you've just, unfortunately for yourself, stumbled on the middle of a war.
All right. Who
Now,
we killing?
well, we'd be killing these people called the Worm. They're like, yes, if you've ever seen Lord of the Rings, but I very much doubt you haven't. How best to explain this? You know all the pimps, drug dealers, all that type of shit?
If I can talk to you, gives you a dead sort of look.
Yeah, okay. Some of the drugs they would sell would have been infected with things called taint, which is the worm. It breeds it, it lives it infects it, it kills it. There are even companies, like big organizational companies, which are tainted. The worm is an ever-present entity trying to kill us and trying to kill the world.
Oh, and this is its army?
Normally, no. I'll put that into perspective. We are the ones that changed, I think, by accident. Before that, all the others were all dead, from what I'm getting. So, I get the impression that myself, Bill, the others that are here in this area are all that's left. There are others in different states, I imagine, from what I'm hearing. This thing is big. But out here, there's nobody. We're all that it has.
Well, I'm sorry to say, but you seem a bit screwed up Shit Creek Valley.
We're making our progress. Now, we're surviving. We're managing. But the thing is, and this is the vital bit, we can't survive on our own. Or we can, but it's dangerous. Trust me. Before Bill came, before the rest of them came, I was managing on my own, and you barely do it. So, the safest bet is to stick with us. However may you not like it, if you want to make it here and survive and manage, you gotta stick with me, you gotta stick with Bill, you gotta stick with the rest of the people here.
Maybe it's a distinct knowledge that the group of you will kick my very sleepy white ass. But let's not stick around.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, hunker down. What's the game plan?
What's the
Are we
game
going
plan?
after Google, Apple?
How about... Fuck it, you're ready. How about I take you and show you with Bill? How about I put this into perspective?
Well, lead the way.
First you gotta
Oh, hi.
First you better go and shower, because if you smell like a fucking wino bar on a Saturday night in California cheap town, you're gonna give us
And
away.
you have fucking ruined this barrel of wine forever.
So get upstairs, get a change of clothes, shower, and meet us outside.
Yeah. For your information, he says as he moves to the stairs, that barrel of wine was ruined before I touched it. So, goes get showered.
Anton will turn to Bill then. We're going up to Roanoke. We're gonna show him what I found.
All right.
That means the wolves. So
Fuck.
I bring a gun.
Dude, I'm always carrying a gun.
Well, then yeah. If they're
You
hunting,
want like an extra gun? I got an extra gun.
bring a big one. Shotgun, maybe. Fuck it, we have enough.
Yeah, it's in the trunk. Do you want like an extra gun? Because I got extra guns.
No, not for now. We'll just observe. We're not going to go into any direct combat. I want to see what the hell these people think. If they're anything like us. He thinks. You think they have similar people to Becca and Heidi?
I mean, I'll put it this way. If we are the way we are and certain rules apply to us and the people immediately linked to us, and they are, by definition, the fallen or inverted versions of us, then the odds of them at least having people around in that capacity are high.
Well, this kid is obviously thinks he's off the training wheels. Why don't we take him off the training wheels?
In regards to what do you want to do with them?
We'll take him out to see these people, these wolf people. I know the area. I want to see how far it's spreading. If we find one of the people that are like them, that are like Heidi and Becca, well, we could take one of them, find out a bit more. Problem is, he doesn't know how to shift across the gauntlet, at least. So we're gonna have to give him a crash course before we go out there.
Yeah. I could see this having a lot of loose ends just because it's hard enough to tell when people are ours. How are we going to tell when people are specifically theirs as opposed to, oh, say, folks like my family who have no idea who they belong to?
They'll be tainted.
I mean, everyone's tainted to a degree.
True, but this will be different. They'll be tainted. Depends on how long they've been around, and also, I'm not talking about just walking up to a random person. I'm talking about watching these people, watching how they move. I found one of them in this abandoned place. Track one of them long enough, we'll find out. Then we watch, study. He's smart enough that he knows the ins and outs of the street. These people are obviously dug in. Put him to work, and let's see what he's capable of.
Oh, as long as none of the other wolves are barrels or barrel shaped.
Spreads his hands. We'll be fine.
I sincerely hope so.
Shower noises.
There we go. Yeah. They will wait outside for Troop.
Yeah, no, he shows up after a while.
All right, buddy. Now, before we go out there in the big bad world, there's something I want to show you. Now, this is a crash course. You're going to have to learn your feet. It's called stepping sideways. We have two worlds, right? We have this, points down to the ground. We have the other side. Do this, you got to concentrate, and you got to look at the reflective surface. So, he gestures with his hands pointing at one of the glass. I want you to look in that and concentrate as hard as you can, and imagine yourself falling through. Like pushing yourself. You've got to push past the barrier. You got to be very careful and take your time. Okay? Watch Bill.
Careens his head towards Bill.
Bill does a shift.
Very descriptive. A plus.
10-10 top rider.
Just looks at the Troop going, you can't see me, and then fades.
Just looks into his own mirror shades like, fuck you.
Yeah, for Troop's case, like Bill just vanishes.
Now, if he's taking his time, over the course of 5 minutes, just kind of slowly fades out and disappears.
Just fades away. Like every hipster that turns 30.
He was a ghost all along.
So, look into the mirror and concentrate.
Okay, and then I push myself through.
Like I said, concentrate and just imagine yourself pushing through a barrier.
Okie dokie. Concentrate. What do I roll here, Kitty?
Gnosis.
Gnosis.
That's that one I'm not good with.
I bet you didn't buy into it, did you?
No, Trip isn't exactly what you call aware of his third eye. Difficulty are we dealing with here?
Thankfully, the difficulty is very low.
Oh, thank God. I'm just letting you all know that if he fails or botches this, he might actually push his head into the mirror and just crack it.
Go through the window. Oh no!
Yeah.
You can hear Becca start cussing a mile away.
He smashed his head against the mirror.
No!
Smash.
No, better. Because I was going to set it at 4.
Oh.
So you look in the mirror and you're like, yeah, I got this. And you start to push through and you kind of start feeling like, oh, hey, I can feel this resistance. And you're kind of pressing, and the more you kind of press through, it feels kind of like strands wrapping around you. And you're realizing as you do it that you've gotten distracted, and instead of pushing forward, where you're pushing at the strands, your hands and now your arms and now your legs are getting caught in them. And for both of the observers on either side, he gets about halfway across and freezes. And for Trip's sake, at least in the brief moment before someone does something dramatic, you can kind of see and hear forever and feel nothing but feel complete vertigo, and all you can see are the strands, but there's nothing beyond them, and you can't hear anything except for a vague droning sound.
And what Anton will do is I'll roll my nose and Spartan kick him through the fucking dome. Bam! 4 successes.
Yep. Lickety split. Literally apply a boot to his ass so hard that, like, not only does he go flying through, but you, like, slip across in the process. You take that one good step and dunk! And so, Trip, very briefly, you were stuck. And it was one of those things where, like, that half second it takes you to fall off of something feels like forever. It was pretty much that, and then suddenly you're spilling into a much more vibrant reality where Bill is a bear, apparently, and the house doesn't look ancient anymore. It looks in very fine repair, but as of, like, you know, a good 100 years ago, the grounds are much more lively, they're much more vibrant. There are suddenly a lot of crows chilling on the roof of the house. There's, you know, the grass is wafting in the breeze, even though there's no breeze. You're pretty sure that tree has a face. I mean, it looks like it's asleep, but it's got a face.
Yeah,
and I reiterate, Bill is a bear.
Dense strip of my... That's a bear! He is... The experience and the adrenaline calculator. That tree has a face!
That's Bill.
Was he a ghost?
No. No, I am not.
Some of us on this side have particular affiliations with certain things.
There is, however, a ghost right behind you.
Until he sees fucking Jane. Christ.
This is so much cooler than Shrooms, man.
But this is the Umbra. This is the spirit world. This is where we are both connected. This is where you'll meet things that will not make sense. And this is where you will learn mostly from... This goes... Let's have a whistle for the fucking crow as well, because he knows fucking Stan is there. Stan the crow.
Are we calling him Stan now?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. For what it's worth, I don't know that Trip would even have noticed, but one of the crows is sizably larger than the others. So when this crow wings down and plunks himself onto Anton's shoulder, we're going from, like, we have begun to breach the line between a hawk and, like, a very small eagle. There's a big crow.
Okay, so when do I get one of those?
When you join a particular group. See, we're all we have to wait, don't we, big guy? Until everybody's sized up into their little teams, so we can all be what's called a pack.
Or you can have Satan.
Oh god, I forgot. Hold on. Let me get Satan.
He's in my fur right now. Say hello to him, Satan.
I love you guys so much. Hold on, let me get Satan. Satan, where art thou? There you are.
I'm so excited.
Poking up out of the thick ruff of fur around Bill's, like, neck, climbing up onto his head, is Satan.
Sort of leans over to Anton. And it's not there, Satan.
That is what's called a pain spirit, or as Bill likes to call him, Satan. but that's a pain spirit. They're actually not that bad.
That's pretty metal.
They're actually pretty good. There are affiliations with grandfather, so they are actually not so bad people. They're actually pretty good, and they're actually pretty healthy.
Me and Satan are cool.
Hey, I ain't judging. I know some pretty intense, cool masochists in my time.
This is Stormcrow. It's called Stan.
You named your super crow Stan.
Yeah, he didn't like.
man.
He didn't like William, or he didn't like any of the other fucking nicknames I gave him. But no, Stan apparently.
There you go. That's effectively not with those exact little patterns on the feathers, but very unusually reflective and iridescent. Every so often you'll see what you could swear is a little bit of static kind of running down the shafts of the feathers.
Stan likes to play coy, but he talks. You're irrevocably making the bird the word.
Oh yeah, no.
The crow starts
I
making
get that reference.
a definitive chuckling noise.
Stan like, bro, why you gotta give me out like this?
Starts chortling.
Stan's a little shit, but we love Stan.
All right,
No promise you didn't spike that wine, right?
no one spiked the wine. The only thing in the wine now is a lot of your skin cells and other such refuse, making it undrinkable, which I'm still sore about. Now,
Yeah, you always beer, man. You always beer.
yeah, yours a cask of Amontillado.
You say undrinkable, I hear all for me, but fine.
Cask, I say, as Bill gets up. And now I will show you the fountain. Me and the fountain are best friends.
Yeah, come on.
Yeah.
I've spent so many hours of my life sitting in front of this fountain.
All
You
right.
know they've invented the internet, right? TV, cable, a book.
This fountain is more important than the goddamn internet.
Get the impression Bill feels very strongly about this.
Reaches up his hand like, okay, big guy.
So Bearman Wolf and Anton both lead you back into the house. And as on the outside, on the inside, it is in perfect, like, new repair. There's fresh wallpaper. The chandeliers are shining. Like, it is, it is the very image of its own past. I mean, it technically is, because places aren't blocked off in the Umbra. But so he leads you in and through and into the conservatory, which is rife with plant life. Actually, no. Actually, I guess it would be. It has some plants, like a lot of sleeping little plantlings. Like, you can kind of see them sticking up out of the dirt. Essentially, old seeds and bulbs and stuff that have gone dormant, but are still there. God damn it, rats! And in the fountain, which is now flowing and bubbling merrily on both sides, go figure, is this little fucker chilling up in the topmost, like, bowl of, like, a 3-tier fountain.
Bill, one of the most ardent alumni of the fountain, approaches the fountain and holds out his paw.
And little water bro splooshes his way down all 3 tiers and finally, like, flops his little arms and hands up on the paw, because it is very hard for him to travel if it cannot, like, cup his watery self. But he can still be like, oh, yes, I will give you paw. Dunk!
Yeah.
It's like the tiniest high five known to man, because that's
Exactly.
a giant bear claw.
But that's all Bill wanted, was the bear high five. This is like... This spirit will do a lot of teaching to you.
the funny thing to say, because the spirit, as soon as he's given the high five, starts kind of springing around in the water, splooshing around, having a good old time.
He's one of the few spirits that speaks plain English when he wants to.
Finally, as he breaches mid-jump, is like, yes, 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 I do. I do, I do, I do. Boink, boink, sploosh, sploosh.
There was like my substitute teacher in second grade, Juan. I mean, I swear I knew he could speak English, but I never did.
Quack.
Ugh. Ow.
It'll be fine, little buddy.
Oh no, it's good. They do that all the time. Sage nod. Sploosh, 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 sploosh. Happy splashes.
This spirit knows a lot about other werewolves. I've learned some shit.
Well, I guess I'm on the other side of the fucking glass. I'll smoke with a caterpillar.
No. We don't bring caterpillars inside. Sploosh.
Water spirits tend to be very
he just
positive.
Okay.
And now we are going outside because we have to teach you about how your body works.
Again, they'll appreciate the effort and all, but I've had internet since I was like 12. I get how it works.
I was having a good day.
Twack.
Bill just like one last look at his buddy, like, yeah, we'll hang out soon. And then lumbers outside.
So, come on, out the door. Come on.
Yeah, I'm moving.
So, first form we're going to go into is a form called lupus. Okay.
Okay.
So, I want you to imagine being a wolf. I want you to imagine 4 paws hitting the ground. I want you to imagine your heart beating as if you're about to chase something. I want you to imagine as if you can move fast. Concentrate, take your time, and feel the rush. Feel it. Like this.
Alright.
Was it stamina primal urge, I think, isn't it? Shit.
Oh, that or take your time. Either one.
No, I was snap into it.
Okay, so stand primal urge. You
No.
need
I didn't get any.
1, 2, 3, 4 to jump that many. 4 successes to jump that many.
Fuck it. I'll fucking drop a rage. There you go.
That'll work.
Yeah, I just. You literally watch his body contort, goes up to, isn't it? Glabro, then Krynos, then Hispo, then Lupus. And literally, like, he morphs right in front of your eyes. But it happens like that. And then poof, big black wolf just stares at you.
Yeah. That happened.
Now, the wolf says that you can perfectly understand him. You do it.
Okay. There's stands beside him. Kind of hunkers his body as if he's preparing to take off. Focuses. And should I roll something? Considering
You should totally roll a stamina primal urge, and we're just gonna see how far your successes get you.
And before he really goes down to concentrating, he just leans over to Anton and in hushed tones, "Do you realize you kind of look like a Disney character?"
I will bite you.
You make it to Glabro. High five.
Yay!
You shift in front of him, and he's like, "Oh, okay, that's good." No, the wolf turns and sits on his hindsies. That is good. Look at your hands.
Oh shit, did I just go through sexual puberty? What is wrong with my hands?
Pay attention. Pats his paw on the ground. That is called Glabro. That is like a hybrid human shape. It's good for extended action, climbing, throwing, all that type of shit. It's not good to walk around like that. But it's good if you're in a pinch and you need to have some extra strength, extra body weight.
Okay.
Now, I'm going to shift up to a bigger thing. Don't panic. And he will go to Krynos. That's a +2. Oh, Jesus, yeah, no. I get up there. And he goes up to the big... You know what I mean? Points with the claw. This is Krynos.
Does he panic? You have to...
I mean, you are not affected by the delirium, but if watching someone turn into like a 7-foot slavering hell beast would make him respond in a certain kind of way, he could certainly do that. But there's no weird effect that's going to hit you and make you panic. For all I know, you're going to be like, "Oh, cool," and like poke his nose. I hope not. It's not bad.
I really hope you don't do
like
that.
Your survival instinct would be pretty lacking for that. I assume he has a decent one, so I imagine you would at least startle pretty sharply.
He actually does have a decent survival, so he startles to his ass, basically. He falls on his ass, kind of tripping backwards. Yeah.
This is the war form. Your most powerful form. You will be able to rip things to pieces in this form. It is a very dangerous form and should not be taken unless you encounter something. Say it would be very dangerous.
Very dangerous. Yeah. Got it.
And for trip, there we go. That's... There you go. That's what Anton looks like right now.
That is an ugly bastard.
But yeah, he'll lean forward, so the big bicentennial jaw comes like right in front of your face. Now, shift.
I'm guessing that's a shift.
You can stamina primal urge. If you really want to do something lulzy, you can panic and blow rage.
I got 3 successes.
Oh, then yeah, that is enough. You can either stop at Krynos, or let me see. Yeah, with that many successes, you could probably flop Krynos. You could flop all the way to Lupus if you wanted. But if your goal is to go to Krynos, you definitely have enough successes to do it.
Go.
Woo!
Then you round up into the big war form in front of Anton. He's like, "Good."
Oh,
Now remember, this form is incredibly dangerous. And when you fight in it, you will feel it. When you hit those with these things, holds up the claws, people will come apart. It will be bloody. Humans are affected by it. Makes them loopy. Now, shift down. Snap backs to Hamid.
Can do that.
Actually, for this one, when you go back to Hamid, it is almost effortless. You immediately snap back. Returning to your breed form is super, super easy.
You see?
That was pretty fucking cool, man.
It can be cool, and it is pretty cool, but you have to be careful. We all have rage. That boils over, right? You'll go into Krynos, and you'll kill everyone in a frenzy. And I mean everyone. You need to be very careful. And when you get mad, you need to learn to back off from people. Even us. You need to learn that. You need to learn it quickly. Because there's one guy here, JJ, he is like a pin drop away. He's an angry motherfucker.
Kid's a fucking hurricane.
Now that's not his fault. It's just the way it is.
Okay, I'll try and make myself scarce.
Not even that. Just don't piss him off. Because it is harder for others to resist the urge. Okay?
Okay.
Now, what we're gonna do, you, me, and Bill, we're gonna go get some food in town in Roanoke. You ever been to Roanoke?
Yeah.
You guys picked him up from Roanoke.
Anton's being an ass, Katie. Can you bear
Okay,
with
I'm
me?
just making sure.
Being an ass. Being an ass, don't worry. Anton knows this, and he's just being a dick. Because Trip has been a
Have
dick this
you?
entire time. Yeah, buddy. Now,
Good.
I know you may think you know Roanoke, but don't worry about it. Pats his head. We're gonna get some food. We're gonna stop by a place. We're gonna see what your skill set is. I need you to find some people. I need you to find some people connected to the street. I want to see what you're capable of, and so does Bill. Now, I'm going to have a talk with Becca first, so we know we're looking in the right area. But don't worry about it. I want to see what you're capable of getting information. I want to see that in action. Which tells me, and Bill, because let's face it, he'll lean in, and fucking Anton will lean in. I'm establishing this now, and Anton gets right in your face. I'm the boss. I'm the big dog. Bill is my left hand, Jane is my right. And we can put you to use, and we can use you, and you can be part of our team, and we'll take care of you. But we got to know what you're good at in order for you to make it.
Looks to Bill. Looks to Anton. Okay, so do I get to be the left foot or the right foot?
Depends on which way you step.
Yeah, fuck this. I'm hungry too. So we going down foot, or you go in car?
We'll drive. We got to shift back over first. Now, let's go through this process again.
Okay. Daddy?
How did you get the exact same fucking roll?
Like,
I don't know.
I'm not even mad.
I'm just literally. It's just the numbers switch places.
Yeah. He's a consistent
It happens
motherfucker.
again.
That's like it's like rolling snake eyes twice in a row. Wow. Okay.
You hear it before he freezes.
All right.
Jesus. Just looks over at Bill. Do you want to kick him through?
I'll give it a shot.
It's pretty fucking entertaining. Just aim it right for the backside. Just aim. Like, take a run and jump at it.
Yeah, Bill manages to get through.
Fucking bear kicks him.
I just
Just
love the idea
straight
of him
up.
going furry tractor mode.
It wasn't even that. It was just he straight up like flying headbutted him in the ass.
Furry tractor mode.
And I'll snap over.
Trip eats a fair bit of lawn before he slows down.
The best part is when you tumble out the other side, there's a wolf instead of a bear.
He freaks out at first quick second before realizing what he's looking at. Right.
Katie,
Yes.
may I make an intelligence streetwise roll about that neighborhood that I was in for Renee, so I don't have to call Renee?
You mean like the rail yard or where she has her house?
Rail yard.
Make a streetwise roll to see if you can find your way back.
2 successes. One's a 10.
Not a problem. I mean, thankfully, rail yards, it's not like there's a whole bunch of them to choose from. It's just a matter of being like, I'm pretty sure it was over here. And you know, when you get close enough, there's going to be trains. So, I mean, it's not a hard landmark to hit. Shall I assume that you are on the road again?
Yes.
You just can't wait to get on the road again.
In this fucking. Let's take a look at this vehicle behind this picture. Yeah, in this fucking mustard yellow vehicle.
I'm okay with that.
Sweet fucking right, though.
Yeah, this one's new.
You didn't tell me you had taste.
I have a lot of money.
Ooh.
And these days, my money makes money.
So the question of the day is, what time of day are you heading out there?
I thought World of Darkness was eternal dusk.
That'd be pretty cool, actually. Except that then there would never be a time that vampires slept. And that would suck for everybody else. Nobody?
I'm guessing maybe like 4 or 5 p.m. if maybe pushing on to 6 p.m. considering he was out probably at like 2 or 3 and they've been going around doing things, taking a shower.
All right. So what I will do is I will say that as far as like, Google's concerned, this is essentially what you're aiming for.
Right.
You've got the road on one side, you've got the river on the other. Train yard. So what you guys are going to roll up on... Eeny, meeny, miny...
Could,
This one, I suppose. I assume, are you rolling up to the same area? Are you just rolling into the general vicinity? What you doing there, Anton?
I will definitely pack up. We'll get food like a couple of blocks away, so he's not completely exhausted because shifting does consume a lot of energy.
Oh, yeah.
And we will pull up at least a block away.
Okay, could Trip roll intelligence streetwise?
You
See if he
can.
knows anything, if there is anything that he would know about the road yard.
Do it.
998.
All right. So what exactly are you trying to call to mind?
Any rumors or info he would know, like Is there anything you notice that's getting moved by the trains? Any gangs that like to call this their turf or include this in their turf?
For 3 successes, there is like you've heard rumor, and it's kind of like urban legend style, that there's at least one person who utilizes the trains regularly and proficiently. Nobody knows what this dude looks like. Nobody knows what his handle is. There's just like these rumors about this crazy train dude who manages to use the trains to move his product by, like, you don't know, maybe sneaking in, maybe bribing the staff. It's anyone's guess, but he can move some shit in these train cars. Like, in theory, he can move about anything. Beyond that kind of urban legend level guy, I mean, it's the train tracks. The people come and regularly tag the cars. Damn it, Bob. Damn it. I love you, but damn it. Like, people regularly tag the train cars. Like, almost everyone who's anyone has gotten chased off of the rail yard by the security, or successfully tagged a car and then, who knows, gotten drunk and fallen asleep under them. Like, everyone's fucked around the rail yard at some point or another. It's usually kind of a noob level thing. Mostly just because inevitably you go in, you try to do something stupid, you get chased off before you finish. Let me think. As far as you know, there's no one who really claims the area, just because the security is pretty okay. And it's more of a hassle than it's worth. No one tries to actually use the train yard. You can think of a couple groups that may have some turf near train tracks, but no one really claims this area. Besides, the urban legend of this scary motherfucker who somehow masterminds the trains as a form of transporting product. No one really wants to find him.
Meanwhile, around the back of the car, all right, Anton, welcome to the candy shop. And he opens the trunk and then pulls out, like, first there's the panel where normally, like, under that is the spare tire. There's no spare tire down there. Instead, he pulls out the thing the spare tire would normally be resting on. And in there, looks like somebody may have, out of gratitude to a true son of Owl, may have added a little something in terms of compartments for him. And in that is an assault rifle with extra ammunition, a pair of brass knuckles, a knife, and 2 other pistols.
Ooh. Leans forward, takes the 2 knives, and puts them in on the belt.
Yeah, sorry, shotgun's in the other car.
Assault rifle. I gotta look over. That is a lot of noise.
I mean, so is a shotgun.
I know, but I don't know why everyone's a lot more accepting of a shotgun than a fucking assault rifle. Ever noticed that?
Bill shrugs.
The shit you guys are packing.
You a better shot than I am?
It's arguable. I mean, remember, I always kind of get the drop on people before I start firing.
Yeah, so do I. I'll take the 2 pistols. You take the assault rifle. It's better for crowd control. I can plug some guy in the back of the head quickly.
All right. And you will look around because they're up to some shit today.
I mean, I assume you're not pulling a giant assault rifle out of your car in broad daylight.
No. I don't know what hour it is. I don't know where.
Well, I asked, and none of you gave me a decent answer except Raz. And
Sorry.
dark horse move.
I misheard. I was hoping for evening. Definitely evening.
I was at 6 p.m.-ish.
Okay, so yeah, evening.
Darkness imprisoning us all that we see. Don't want to get caught.
I mean, it's dusky. Yay.
Hey, Metro. You're not supposed to settle me out here, you.
Yeah, I'm masking up for this. Fuck this. And now we're in a mission in GTA V.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna start being a bit stealthy. So it is Station Stealth Blur. 1, 2, 3. And then I'm gonna roll some shadow weaving. I'll roll the stealth as well, Katie, don't worry.
Dare I ask what your plan is at this point?
We're going to have a look around the area. It's better. 3 eyes are better than 1. We're going to be as quiet as we can, trape around, see what Trip finds as well about his own snooping. Anton and Bill are going to keep cover as we're all snooping around, essentially. We're going to have a snoop around this area and see
Little Snoopy Snoop.
We're looking
All
for
right.
trading, essentially, because we had to leave in such a dash, if you get me.
Oh yeah, you left in a fucking dash is what you did.
So it's dexterity cult for shadow weaving. And I'll roll my stealth for you then as well. The shadow weaving is to make everyone around me move quieter, essentially. So it's reduction on stealth rolls.
Yeah, okay. So reduction on stealth.
Yeah, reduction on stealth rolls for the party.
All right. How many successes did you get?
It is 7, I believe. So 2.
Jesus.
So
okay. 3. I thought you said 7 successes. I was like,
no.
Fuck me.
No, it is diff 7, so I got 3 successes for the shadow weaving, and
for 3 successes, I will make your guys' stealth rolls a -2.
And I'll put it in the side chat. 3 successes.
Yeah, put it all in the side chat for me.
Blur.
I will forget.
3 on shadow.
Wow.
Weaving. There you go, bud.
And successes on stealth.
Let's roll it now.
And all your stealth rolls are diff 4.
Oh, okay.
You use shadow weaving to aid, and I figured it's about a -2 when you get 3 successes. Fuck me. Anton disappears. Jesus Christ.
See, I bought this nifty gift called Silence.
Silence is a sexy gift.
Real shot in the arm.
Sexy gift. Silence is a sexy gift.
What does it give you?
Gives me 2 extra dice on all stealth rolls.
Yeah, 2 extra dice. It's a sexy gift. It's
hot.
It's hot as shit.
Alright, so Baby's got 4, Anton's got 5, and +3 diff.
Question. May I... I've got these gifts, but again, I don't know if I have them yet.
Well, here's the thing. You have them, and let me take a sneaky peek. What you got?
Blur of the Milky Eye.
You can totally roll for Blur, and essentially you are doing this instinctively in your desire to be quiet and sneak like everyone else. Yes. You can absolutely roll Blur. You're essentially doing it on, like, reflex.
Okay. See, it's 6 times difficulty 8. 2 successes.
Beautiful. Go ahead and stick that in the side chat so I don't forget, because that means it's +2 diff to see you. So you're all the fucking night. On the hilarious side, I'm not sure any of you know where the others are at this point, because Jesus fuck.
I mean, Anton knows Bill has his back, essentially.
Does Bill know where your back is? That's the question.
No, but I think Anton and Bill know each other. It's fine. If Anton's popping out, Bill is usually there. So it's just a matter of keeping an eye on Trip.
I mean, he has 4 successes at diff 8 right now, so you would have to get 5. But yeah, you all fucking disappear, knowing this is what you're about. I will let you do things like carefully whisper to each other without breaking your blur and stuff, because that would be a dick move. Those are some pretty ace rolls. That, or if you guys like touch each other or something, you'll kind of figure out where each other is. But let's face it, with those rolls, even you can't see each other. So all of you fucking enter stealth mode and go, oh shit.
The hell are we doing?
Yeah, no. Even I don't really see anybody else in the party. I thought I'd give it a shot.
It's like, Jesus fucking Christ, where the fuck did these fuckers go? But yeah, I will be heading towards where I found the wolf. Where I killed it.
Are you making any attempt to, like, touch the others or make sure that they know where you are, whispering to them something?
I was about to say,
What I would do whispers, what the hell are we doing when everybody goes stealth?
I will tap Bill on his left shoulder and whisper in his ear, I'm heading towards where I found the body originally. You take around the left side of this place. Keep an eye out. Anything pops off, fire. I'll come around your back.
All right, I'm on it. Just remember I have the keys.
Just nods. Comes back around. Trip, you feel another hand on your right shoulder. Just, bull, fuck. Alright, kid. I want you to snoop around. Bill's gone left. I'm going for the middle. You go right. Snoop around. Don't open fire. Don't do anything. Snoop. Watch. Study. Learn. Adapt. I'll be right near you. And I can jump in, but don't do anything to get yourself caught. Okay? I want you to look around, see what you see, take the information in, and come back to me and tell me what you find.
Trip does the motion of zipping his mouth shut and then a big thumbs up. And
if you get caught, I want you to brake and run for the car as fast as you can. I will cover you. Don't look back. Make it to the car.
He nods.
And just you hear the Anton's gone. Just
And as soon as Anton disappears, that big thumbs up turns into a big flipping bird.
wish I could see
and
that.
he huddles off to the right.
So I could kick him in the balls. But
Yeah.
no, I disappear.
And he gets off to the right, happy in the knowledge that he is now the right foot.
All right, you're all ridiculous. Congratulations. So as everyone's moving to their snooping positions, please roll to snoop.
Where we roll in KD as the Pink Panther theme kicks in.
God.
Yeah,
We'll
rolling in.
lead with alertness.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Fucking God.
What is
The Pink Panther. Really, perception alertness.
It is the Pink Panther for me. Oh my god.
Jesus. Trip.
What difficulty?
6?
Jesus. Trip.
Girl and Hamid?
Nice one, Trip.
That's...
Jesus fuck, do you have a specialty?
No, I just have 5 dots.
Okay.
I put 3 into alertness because
Good
I
plan,
felt
buddy.
it was enough.
Alright. So 3, 5. And Uno. Guess I will just start left and work my way right. So Bill's got the far left. Jesus, you guys are ridiculous. Alright, Bill, you managed to get to a decent vantage. Swanging left. Or you just decide kind of on a whim to follow kind of a natural incline. Get to a point where there is chain link fence surrounding this place, by the by. You slip up following some natural incline and actually find a really nice point where you've got a good overlook. You'd still have to like weasel under or climb over the fence to get inside, but you've got a pretty good overwatch on the train yard.
Thankfully, getting inside isn't quite his job. He's just there to fucking shoot if things get bad.
You see a fuck ton of train cars, like I showed you before. Let me pull this back up to re-impress. There are a lot of train cars between you guys and the river. Like, you guys are essentially on the roadside, and assume that on the, it would be your right, there's a river running right alongside. Like, to the point where it butts right up, and the chain link fence goes, like, right into a decline and into the water. So, Bill, you're getting to a point where, contrary to this beautiful picture, there's a natural, like, rise in the landscape, and you've got a pretty good overwatch. Like, you can see a security guard there, security guard there. You can kind of see what's going on overall on the whole place. You can, you know, with a good sit and stare, you could probably get to the point where you'd be relatively motion sensitive, as far as just kind of seeing when something started moving around. So you find yourself a good watching point to see what's going on down there. Middle is Anton, who has 3. Anton, are you breaching the fence, or are you just snooping and pooping?
Breaching the fence.
Breaching the fence. Give me that athletics to get over or under the fence.
Woo! Please tell me with hardcore parkour I at least get that.
Yes, with hardcore parkour.
Oh.
I mean, at that point, aren't you still kind of breaking even? Hold on, let me look at your shit. What do you have?
I'm still breaking even. With 3.
I think.
Yeah, no, I failed. Fuck.
Figured I'd have a look. No, you've got perfect balance.
Oh, I do. Ooh.
Which, considering it's climbing and it's mostly like chain link fences aren't hard to climb, it's just not flopping off of the damn things. So yeah, I'll give you that that reduction. So you at least get over the damn fence. It's maybe you're focusing a little too hard, but
most graceful fucking glides. But yeah, I get over it. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, it's one of those things where like someone's like fucked with the fence and it's gotten loose from the post, so it like wibble wobbles something fucking fierce for a minute, and you almost teeter off, but you manage to scramble over and just fuck that fence in particular. And you said you're moving in like back where you were before?
Yeah.
So much like before, you go right over to where you and Renee slipped in last time. And give me a wits athletics.
Oh.
Beautiful.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
So with that, even though you were the knight, you still manage to keep a careful eye and make sure you're not in line of sight of anyone as you are slipping between cars, basically keeping cover, looking around, checking, moving, until you get back over to roughly where you can assess that you're pretty sure Renee and her friend were about over there by the edge. The chain link fence, like, against the river, which means the car you were under is probably somewhere over right about that way.
Okay.
And so with alertness 3, I'm going to give you that you're going to see a lot more of this beautiful tag, this shittily done, sometimes in different colors, but always the same shape, tag, showing up on you just realize more and more of the cars, like before you just spotted it on the one, but as you're skirting around, sometimes it's huge and it takes up like a massive corner of the train car. Sometimes it's just a little like half-assed, like you feel like someone was holding 2 spray cans and just kind of spinning them for like 3 seconds and then moved on.
Okay. I'll make sure my phone is on silent and the brightness is low, and I'll snap a picture of like a big one and a small one.
Clicky, clicky.
Send that over to Bill. And then I will begin to not going directly in, but keeping like I did the last time, and taking my time, picking my places where I can hide and move closer. You know what I mean? Carefully doing it.
Are you just trying to find the spot where you dispatch the guy?
Yeah.
Oh, with 3 successes on the alertness, I'll give you that it takes a little doing and you do a little clambering around. It takes you a minute to orient. But you finally find an area where one of the slats on the train track is kind of stained and the gravel around it is kind of fuckered. The rain's beaten most of the blood off of the gravel, but you can definitely see where it stained the rail that was under the train car where you fucking slammed the guy.
Yep, he'll just put his hand there and look at the dry blood and nod to himself. Kind of look ahead, see what he can see.
For the moment, a lot of train cars. With that, I'll go ahead and move to the right one and get him caught up. So, Trip Buddy, you were going to the far right. So, Bill's got the incline. Anton has moved right into this shit. He's somewhere a little bit to the right-ish, a little bit past the middle, but definitely closer to the river. And you are moving up towards that junction where they're all starting to come together again. Are you going to bypass the chain link, or are you just slinking along? What are you doing?
Are there like train parks around?
You're essentially on the road side of a big chain link fence. So on that side, no, there's nothing really to fuck with. There's just the big fence. It's the blatant kind of keep out gesture.
Trip is definitely gonna vault this chain link fence, and
give me that athletics.
Yes. However, would it even help using city running here?
It means you'd be able to do it a lot faster. It means that any obstacles you have to go past, like you might have to roll to successfully get over or under them, but you do it at full running speed. So, objectively, yes, it is useful to have.
Yeah, all difficulty of all running rolls is -2. And I said a difficulty of athletics roll to navigate through a city is -2.
Yep. Do it.
So I'm going to do that. Which is like, I've got so many tabs open. There we go. Rage down to. There we go. And then. Dex athletics.
Alright, successfully activates.
4?
Was that just to activate the gift? Or, oh no, that's one that you spend for, so you're good. Yep. So, 1, 2, 4. Yeah, you shimmy right over it, no problem. You've done this a million times.
Surprised. He even surprises himself, considering he's never used city running, as he plants his foot on the chain link fence, thinking he's going to grab with his hand and not hoist himself over. You just realize he keeps going with his foot.
Oh yeah, it's one of those things where it is a lot smoother, and you kind of sit there for a second like, man, I wish someone saw that.
Yeah.
Hell, you do that nice soft landing too and everything. Don't break stealth.
After feeling sufficiently proud in his own achievements, then he'll continue down the train tracks.
All right. As you are bypassing and starting to slip into the tracks and the cars and whatnot, give me that wits athletics.
Yeah. 1 success.
All right, so you have what you feel like are some close calls because you are not used to having all this fucking crazy shit like blur and whatnot active. So there's a couple moments where like you fucking suck in your breath and duck back like, ooh, I hope he didn't see me. Ooh, fuck. But they don't. They just, these security dudes, like the two of them are chatting. One of them's got the big fucking mag light, and they just walk right past. So you start kind of carefully picking away along. You have a couple moments where you stumble over this or fuck up a little bit, but it never seems to be bad enough to get you caught. Huh. And with 5 successes on that alertness check, especially as you're getting out there, give me one quick moment.
He instantly starts thinking of all the shit he can steal right now.
Yes. Yes, you do. You
I'm gonna
absolutely
be so
do.
fucking rich.
Let me quickly check. I don't think...
You on Bill or on me?
Hmm?
Oh, I just blanked out. I'm sorry. I have no idea where we were. I blanked out. Sorry. Don't mind me. I zoned out a bit.
You're all good. I am just quickly grabbing a picture.
I thought you guys were waiting for me. I'm like, oh shit, sorry.
No, you're good, buddy. You're
Sorry.
good. I am
That's
just
good.
quickly grabbing a photo because I was
Yes.
not prepared for you guys to leap this hard this fast.
Oh yeah, I did send Bill the fucking pictures of the spiral tag.
Oh yes, he was not at the computer when you told him that, so feel free.
Yeah, there are several spiral tags along cars. There's tiny small ones, and there's several large ones. There's multiple of them at this point, and Anton is like taking a picture of that like actual tag scene and like sent it over to Bill's phone, essentially going, see what I mean?
They look something like this, albeit in different colors and in different sizes.
Bill has a spoops.
Spoops.
Hard spoops, like double star spoops cross Tekken.
Oh no.
So while y'all see various guards and whatnot, Bill might even kind of think once or twice that he sees some movement, which is the places where Trip almost gets caught, and it's more that he sees a little bit of motion when he knocks something over, not so much catches him, because that is some heinous stealth he's got going on. But Trip, buddy, pal, you know, you're in this delightful, not at all spoopy place. Not at all full of, you know, walking guards, which you've nearly encountered once or twice. And what you're doing is you're like scoping, you're snooping and pooping, you're looking, and you see yet another guard kind of coming along, and you duck down, kind of to look up under the car and across at him, and you see, at a distance, thankfully, you got this dude, and he's got, wouldn't you know it, he's got a fucking canine unit. So it's a very, very endearing canine unit. Look at that. That's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. That is clearly just a very, very big black German Shepherd. Everything's fine. It's not. It's not even remotely. That's big.
I could take it.
I can take this.
I mean, I can't stop you.
I mean, Trip is a bit of an asshole, but I don't think he makes it going up punching dogs in the face.
Let me put it this way. Werewolf stuff aside, this dog is the kind of thing that people that do what you do are terrified of. That dog looks really energetic, really alert, really eager, and really big. Like, that is exactly the kind of thing that your inner criminal is just like, oh no, he's got a dog. Of course he's got a dog. What Bob said in the side chat, pretty much, yeah. That's a big dog. A really big dog. That's a fucked up dog. And yes, he is wearing a full-size chain like that.
Is there a big rock near me? I'm guessing because it's filled with gravel, isn't it? Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of small rocks. There's gravel everywhere.
Is there a slightly larger rock in amongst the slightly smaller gravel?
Honestly, now this place has had gravel poured all over it. Most of what you're seeing is gravel. I mean, there are ever so slightly larger hunks of gravel, but it's still small enough to fit in your palm easily. Like, it's not big. You could really annoy something with it. You probably couldn't do any serious harm unless you hit them like smack.
No, not looking for harm. I'm looking for distraction.
Oh yeah, you could absolutely just pick up one of the slightly larger pieces of gravel.
Yay.
Or actually, you know what? Do you have investigation at all?
Yeah, I've got one thought investigation.
You can either roll investigation at a slightly lower diff. I am looking at the wrong sheet.
Yeah.
Or you can roll alertness at normal diff to try to find something useful that you could use for this particular purpose.
No, let's roll alertness because we got 5 dice there. Let's chance it.
That's
2
2.
successes.
That is 2. You like cast around a little bit, and in your casting around, you kind of pull yourself up, and looking onto the side of the car, you see where someone like lodged, like in a really weird spot, like down right before it gets to like the really big moving part. Someone lodged a spray can. They were probably tagging the car and like lodged one there for easy access, and then had to book and leave it. Or maybe it's empty. So there's a can of spray paint there.
Is there any of train car which is open, maybe?
There are.
He will then, in case the geography here works out, attempt to toss this can into one of the empty train tracks, or train carts, before making his way away from big scary fuck off dog. The old.
All right. Do that Dex Athletics. Throw it.
Yay. That's 6 dice. You know, what's the worst that could happen?
At least 3 successes, apparently.
Shit, that worked. Kind of expecting the botch after I said that. Okay.
I mean, you would have deserved one. I wouldn't have even been mad. So, you hurl that bitch with a speed and accuracy born of frantic fear that this dog will not only maul you, but get a commendation for it. And hurl that shit, like, overhand wing it into one of the open cars. One about as far as you think you can hit, really. So a car down from where you're poised, one over as well. So you hurl that bitch, and you start to kind of scramble the opposite way. And that is where this thing will actually, for one, Anton will hear, as there's a very calm, essentially, there's just a quietly murmured, like, go on, Marrowbones, and a clink of chain. And Bill, from his vantage point, will probably finally be able to see as this thing breaks for the car. Like, see the big 4-legged form kind of launch into the car.
Yeah, Bill.
But you won't necessarily see your buddy skimpering the other way.
Yeah, Bill, like, that's a big target. He's not going to shoot, but he's keeping his eye on that fucking thing.
Dog, fuck me.
He's keeping a fucking eye on that fucking thing.
Such a big dog.
Because he can't keep track of his buddies, but in case Fluffy over there is actually in the process of finding one of his buddies, he wants to be in a position where he can fucking shoot it between his furry little eyes.
I mean, essentially, like, what you see is that flash of motion, that blur of darker black in the dark. And that thing, yeah, you get kind of... It takes you a second to realize exactly how big and four-legged this bitch is as it launches into the car. And I mean, everyone can kind of hear the clink. Well, I guess Anton and Trip can hear the clank of the chain as it, like, slams against the bottom of the opening before scraping up into the car as this thing goes launching in, snarling and snapping.
I'm just like, oh, okay, we're just gonna keep going the way we are. It's a good distance away from me. We're gonna go further in.
Define further in, good buddy. Let me put this up.
Past the point of which I have murdered the gentleman, and we're going to go further in, Katie.
So inwards, back towards the way you came from. Because you had to go past the halfway point to get to your murder site.
I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go past the murder site where he came from, essentially.
Yeah. So back towards the middle, right?
Yeah.
Doubling back, scooching along.
Oh no, not doubling back. I thought he came.
Basically, so assume that you came from the left side of the screen. You had to go through past the midway point towards the river, because by time like you get to your murder point, it's practically on the river side of it. You just basically cut across. Okay. So to go towards the middle, you'd be cutting back towards the middle.
Here's the question, Katie. Can I still see any footprints from him?
I mean, it's gravel, so footprints aren't so much a thing, but I'll let you roll either, let's see.
Or more importantly, his scent.
I
I
will let you do survival.
Hey.
It will be a reasonably high diff because this is gravel.
Reasonably high, you say?
You bastard.
That's at least 2.
I was going to make it super unreasonable, but with a roll like that, I got to respect it. So, yes, you will have 2 successes. Yeah. You can see where the gravel skittered. Are you going towards where the wolf was, or are you going toward, like, are you checking around your kill site?
Checking around the kill site.
I mean, around the kill site, you can see a lot of, like, it's not as clear as footprints, but you kind of get hunkered down, and in the half light, you catch a little bit of shadow this way and that way, and you can see where there was definitely, I mean, you heard people respond to what you did.
Yeah.
So definitely. You can see kind of the furrows in the gravel. You can see that it's been stirred up a lot around your kill site, and that it belts towards the river.
Yeah, where we had ran towards, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Anything further beyond the kill site, though, like leading towards where you come from or anything like that?
Basically, which way are you following it? Like the way they ran chasing you, or the way they ran from when they were originally coming?
When they were originally coming.
Basically, from what you can tell, it kind of splays out. Like, one goes this way, one splits off that way, and after a certain point, they get kind of indiscernible. Like, you can kind of maybe guess this is where they started running, or where they started really picking up speed, or maybe they shifted, and that's why they stirred up so much gravel.
Is there any more tags?
Oh, yeah.
All over the place? All over the kill site, or further in?
It's, you follow this stuff back. You'll notice that most of them will be, like... So, like, say you've got this row of train cars. Several along that row will have the tag, but then there may be a row that has, like, none at all, or one, like, tacked onto the back of it. Like the last train car.
Yeah. Okay. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the one of the train cars that has a tag on it. I'm going to actually check it.
Define check it.
I'm assuming these train cars have doors on them, right? I'm going to quietly open the door. One of them, at least.
Quietly is a hard sell, but you can open it.
I'll do my best to keep it as quiet as I can. Probably time it as well, because I imagine there's a lot of noise.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to head back towards where that racket's happening and hope that Cujo there covers the sound, you can.
That's what I'm going to try to do.
Okay. You move closer to danger, but closer to covering white noise.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Do me a... Fuck it, we'll just call it a Dex larceny. To try to get this bitch open without making a ton of noise, because these are big metal doors. This is not going to be easy.
Easy, you say. With lightning reflexes, that's at least 3.
Lightning reflexes does not apply to opening a door.
That's quiet as a cat. No, fuck it, then it's at least 2.
That's still 2. You time it, and it's one of those things where you're kind of like wincing and pausing and waiting, and then you kind of give a shove, and then you wait and you wince, and as soon as there's a loud clatter, you shove again.
Mm-hmm.
So using Cujo as cover, you can manage to kind of shove open one of these bitches.
It's only to the point where he could just squeeze it. You know what I mean? It's not like all the way open. It's to the point where he can just quickly squeeze it.
Yep. Can do that.
I will have my gun drawn though, like definitely, because I don't know what the fuck coming in, so I'll probably have to stick it in as I come in. You know what I mean?
You can have it in your hand as you
I
like
will quote
hoist yourself
Curtis.
up.
I will quote Curtis. I have my hand on my gun.
I was just about to say that.
Just making sure you're aware, Katie, that my hand is on my gun.
All right, just to check around real fast before I go forever. Bill, I assume you're still keeping a. What kind of gun are you taking aim with?
It's an assault rifle.
Jesus Christ. It is a good thing you're stealth to fuck.
That's
Overkill,
an
Bill.
AR-15.
Overkill, Bill.
God damn it, Bob. And Trip, buddy, you managed to skimper scamper. What are you doing? Are you like, I don't know. The cars do have most of them will have like ladders on them. There is enough room definitely for you to crawl under them. You can just book it for the fence and be like, "Not today, Satan. It is up to you." What is Trip doing after that beautiful close encounter?
He's thinking that both Anton and Bill have got to have some overcompensation issues for carrying around so many guns on a silent mission before scampering up to a higher vantage point.
Gonna clamber up on one of the cars.
Yeah.
All right.
I've got City running, so when he goes like, I should maybe try. Oh, and he's already got.
I'm not even gonna make you roll for it. There's a no shit ladder there. You're good. You clamber up onto one of those bitches like, "Not today, Satan."
Yep.
All right. Meanwhile, Anton, you hoist your ass into a train car that I probably should have made you roll to see if it was unlocked, but it's too late now. So you hoist your ass up into a train car. It's dark in there.
Okay.
Really
Okay,
dark. The only light coming in at all is from that little crack in the door where you opened it enough to get through.
Can I hear anything with whisper catching?
I mean, Cujo's still very agitated and getting yanked out by an equally agitated handler, apparently.
Cujo's still killing things in the background. Okay. What can I see with the dim light?
Well, there is a floor to the car in front of you that is lit up. It's a piece of crap. It's scratched up, obviously, from many, many, many eons of loading and unloading. So that's lovely. On the far side, there's another door. You can tell because you can kind of see the seam at the top and the bottom, maybe just a little bit in the evening half-ass light.
And is there anything else I can see? Like, as I'm making my way on, how does the float? Like, I even put my hand against the card. Is there anything distinctive, or is it just metal?
I mean, it's pretty much just your generic metal, like steel train car.
Okay.
You clamber up and you look right and it's really fucking dark. And you look left and it's really fucking dark.
I'm gonna head to that door. I'm gonna head to the door because there's
the one on the opposite side.
Yeah.
It's just like the one you came in. It's literally just a door on the opposite side of the car so it can be loaded from either side.
Oh, okay. Then that theory of they were hiding things or they're marked or things is debunked. So you will quietly squeeze the fuck back out.
Yep, you can do this. You are still very near Cujo, and he is getting hauled out of the train car with a lot of cussing and reasoning and chiding and like. And I mean, the chiding goes like, come on, man, we had an agreement. We had you get the fuck out of it now. Yoink.
I'm pretty confident I can sneak by Cujo. I got Sending Running Water and all those blur successes. I can sneak past that bitch.
All right, where are you going?
Oh, famous last word.
I am going to head further back to where all the tracks were, and I'm going to follow the first particular set of paw prints that led off. Essentially, I'm going to follow the tracks from where they shifted and came.
Okay, so you're just trying to find that origin point on one of them?
Yeah.
I'm not going to lie to you. It's going to take you a minute to find that trail again. It's pretty obscure shit. And
I got time when I'm like Stevie. The rest of them are like Stevie Wonder trying to find me.
Oh, you went there.
But I'll probably stop by train carts that are further away and check them as well, see if I can peek in the windows or anything like that, or anything. You know what I mean? Like, try and test to see if they're any are locked, and if they are, I'm going to try to do the Cujo trick again. Like, I'm searching this whole fucking area.
I mean, there are some that are probably just fucking empty because the train cars are left completely open. Usually, like, on the same row together.
It's specifically the ones with the markings on them.
One moment. And you know what? You were doing a lot of running around, so give me another wits stealth.
Wits stealth, you were saying?
Yes.
Oh my. 1, 2, 3, 4. Or 1, 2, 3.
Okay. For the moment, you are evading pretty.
Actually, with the shadow weaving, is that effective? Actually,
you still have it. Yes.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 5 successes.
All right. And I'm having a fuck of a time finding what I want. Give me 1 second. Okay, fuck that entire angle. Because I do not have that prepped in, and that is too much of a pain in the ass. Thank you, Bob, for giving me that horrifying information. So yeah, you've got what? 2, got 1. This was insanely high diff. So, is that your survival, the last one, or is that your stealth?
Stealth.
Sorry, give me the new survival roll.
Oh,
Try
he
to
survival.
refind the trail.
Don't know what my diff is.
You get it, just barely. You find one of them, and you start kind of following it along.
Yes.
And I mean, it's there's a lot of gravel here. You basically just follow it back to a point where either the person was walking calmly or was a lot lighter, because after a certain point, there's just nothing left to follow.
Okay. So I say that broke up for me.
Oh, sorry. So basically, this, like I said, this is gravel. So while they were sprinting, maybe while they were heavier, they stirred it up a lot.
Mm-hmm.
But once you follow it back to a certain point, either they were walking a lot lighter before that, or they were physically a lot lighter before that, because the trail just kind of ends.
In terms of where we are, where does it, or like where am I exactly now in this place? When I reach the end point of this, where I obviously
I'll say for this one, it actually leads you back roadside. And it's one of those things where, like, you're dodging people, but you've noticed one of the places they primarily are walking is around the perimeter, which is where people are probably get in. Once they're in, it's going to be a bitch to find them. So you get the impression, truth be told, that it's like whoever this was, maybe they were walking the perimeter when you fucking nailed their buddy and took off inwards.
Okay. He'll note that, you know what I mean? He kind of notes the pattern and nods to himself.
Yes. Trip, you get to watch in horror as Cujo is finally wrangled, because there was nothing for him to maul in there, but it didn't keep him from trying. And the two of them go to pick up their route where they left off. While you, like, vibrate on top of a train car.
Yeah.
And Bob, just for fun, give me an alertness check just to see if you spot something really, really obscure, because we're getting into them good evening hours.
Oakley dokley neighborino. Check something.
Yeah, check to see. You do have wolf sight, don't you?
I do. I've been using it this entire time because we were kind of in the dusky, I can't see shit hours.
You're good. Feel free to check and see if you have any other boons.
Oh, I'm scrolling down for boons. Sorry, for some reason my sheet is just lagging.
Well, I just got some intense fucking anyway flashbacks right there, Bob. Thanks.
Alright, that's my perception specialty. Cool stuff. We'll see how this goes. You know, like, there's no 10s, but 4 successes is pretty cool. It's just, look at the spread. Look at this weird artistic spread that is my dice roll.
Oh, for that, I'll say you managed to keep a pretty good eye on the various parties moving around. You won't, again, I don't think it's enough to spot either Anton or Trip because of their higher diffs. But you can definitely keep a good eye on what's moving around.
I definitely know where old Marrow Bones is. Fucking most terrifying goddamn dog name.
Yeah, it's totally a perfectly normal dog name. So
what
yeah,
we don't know is she's really good with kids.
Yeah, it's. What did you minor in?
Child psychology.
Child psychology with a major in pain. Literally marrow bones. So yeah, you keep a good trail of what all is going on. You're not seeing any sort of alertiness out on the road. There is no popo rolling up. It's all looking pretty clear, and somehow you are the fucking knight. Nobody has spotted you propped up on this nice little incline with a goddamn automatic rifle.
I mean, it's nighttime now.
Somehow, your goofy ass is sitting pretty.
We get up to some shit.
All right, Trip, are you gonna come down? Or are you pretty happy up here? This is fine. I'm helping.
I'm helping.
Raz, are you still there, buddy?
But yeah,
Buddy, friend, pal, compadre?
yeah.
Are you just gonna hang out on top of this train car? Or are you
Can
moving?
I move to other train cars?
You can try to climb along, yes. It shouldn't be too hard.
This is where it all goes wrong.
Hey, I've got blur and city running, so jumping between things is easy. So yeah, he jumps in between. I'm
Alright.
making his way further in.
While you're jumping train cars, just give me a quick athletics check. I will keep in mind your... What, is it +2 dice or -2 diff for city running?
-2.
-2 diff?
That won't save me. Nothing could save me.
Oh, Raz, I treasure you right now.
There is only pain.
Wow. Wow. Oh my fucking.
Alright, so you're going along. Trip, you're the hottest shit. Look at you. No one can see you. You're like
Actually,
the
that's
fucking knight.
one buck. Because that's -2 diff. So
It is
that
not
becomes a
much.
4.5.
But it is a fail. So what happens is you're going along, you're the fucking knight, you're just kind of hopping between cars like this isn't no big deal. And what you don't realize is that one of the gaps is a little wider than all the rest were because these two cars aren't actually linked. It's just two chains that have been bumped up together. And you make the jump. And you land flat, but you land loud. So there's kind of this, that metal kung as you land on the top of the train car.
Please tell me.
Flat on your stomach.
Please tell me we all hear that.
Yes.
Hear it. Bill can see this.
Bill just sit there like, man, everything. Oh,
I am going to
Oh,
be
no.
unholy fucking nice to you.
Oh,
And say that because you land flat and it's not like you're physically spotted, I will let you keep your blur roll. But you're gonna need to re-stealth, buddy, after a move like that. And you're either gonna have to commit or you're gonna have to move because you hear the barking starting. Cujo is ready.
Oh. Right. That's right. That's right.
Oh yes, please.
There we go. This is Skiff. Or this is Trip right now.
Oh no! What is?
There it is.
It's not looking at us.
No, why?
That one.
I just like the image of Bill just watching this going, no. No.
I like to think that there's a second before gravity reaches out and grabs Trip around the balls that he locks eyes with Bill.
Just look at each other.
And they know what's about to happen, and then gravity yanks hard.
So yeah, Bill, for just a second, I mean, you hear it, you snap your eyes over, and you see him do that between the two train cars.
Oh, no.
So, Trip, buddy, I'm gonna need you to either roll some stealth or roll some athletics to run, or both. You know,
Here's the question: would Chip have the wherewithal to roll stealth? Just run for it.
are you gonna be like, ooh, and like try to hide? Are you gonna try to like sneak away? Are you gonna just run like a bitch? It is all up to you. The world is your oyster.
Trip is not an intelligent man, but he does have his wits about him. And he knows how to hide, so he'll run to that, so to speak. Also, because I've got 7 dice. So,
Also, you got what?
I got 7 dice for stealth.
Keep in mind, you can either commit to hiding in place, or you can stealth and try to just kind of like ease away before the dog gets there.
Oh, he's easing away, but stealthily.
Stealthing first is a good plan.
3 successes, unless any.
No, you're good. Anton, I don't think is close enough to give you the benefit, but you still have your blur for 2. So now what I need you to do is
Dex athletics.
be a fucking sneaky weasel and get the fuck out of there as y'all hear a bork, bork, bork become skitter, 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 chain going clang, 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 clang behind.
That's 3 successes on the Dex athletics to get away.
Okay. Because this is coming for you, booty. We hurt the ones we love.
Fucking
Love
Bill tracking this thing in the crosshairs the entire time. Like, I'm gonna have to shoot
So
this
after
thing.
Bill had seen Trip, basically. Yeah, this is what he'll see come out from one of the train carts if he's looking to make sure the Trip is running away. It's this.
Oh my god.
We don't even need to make your character a meme. You're doing it for us.
Just flailing.
No.
He doesn't have as good a stealth this time, so let's be honest. Bill might be able to spot the puppet flail that's going on.
Yep. No.
Crying. No.
The quietest crying because somehow he's maintaining that stealth. It means you're not moving as fast, but you're moving, which is good because the dog's coming.
We're just gonna keep calling it a dog.
Yep. We're calling it a dog.
I'm gonna double back. The second I heard the dong, yeah, I'm pulling that my ass back.
All right, Anton, what are you doing as Trip trips?
I'm gonna try to get closer to Trip, but like,
you know what?
Not in the Trip way.
You know what? Would you like to try to extend your influence over him again, since shadow weaving is good for the scene?
I mean, I can't see him yet, so I'm going to try to get closer to the dog. Quotes.
That's a great plan to do that. Please.
I'm going to climb up on top of the train cards and do it that way.
And this worked so well last time. Please do.
I will, but I have a high athletics pool. Who knows?
I'm gonna die.
No.
Okay.
Go
Oh, Yeah, you managed to get up, and you're being careful and keeping low so you don't completely blow your fucking stealth and blur, but yeah, you were, like, scampering along train car to train car. I had a plan for another one, too. I'm kind of sad. Why are you like this? I'm not naming him Stu. I refuse.
No, I don't think
Short
Bob.
for Stuart.
I don't think Bob is. I don't know. Bob has explained to you what we think Barrowbones is.
Oh, God. You put that in my PMs right now. You terrible person. Meanwhile, Marrowbones is excited. Marrowbones is covering a fucking distance. Because don't you know you go twice as fast in Lupus?
What?
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
Doggos run fast.
Oh, right.
Uh-oh.
So yes, thankfully Trip is tripping Sack away from the scene of the crime, while Marrowbones is like lunging in, snuffling, putting its paws up on the train car. And actually, roll a chance die. Because this could actually end up being hilarious. This is going to be hilarious. Okay. So, Marrowbones is fucking investigating. Marrowbones is coming for that ass. You're all terrible. So, Anton, you're moving along pretty well on top of the cars. You can do me an alertness to try to catch our Muppet friend as he flails his way along.
I don't see him.
Oh my god.
I don't see the.
He's Muppeting real good right now. Alright, as Trip is making a break for the fucking chain link because fuck all of y'all right now. Marrowbones is snuffling, sorting. Let's see how Marrowbones is doing here. Marrowbones is hilariously nothing to shake a stick at. Oh, here is the beauty of it. What is it we got? 1, 2, 2. Not quite enough to outdo the fresh stealth and the blur because of the raised diff. Na. But man, it is god damn it, now you got me fucking running on it. Marrowbones is still excited and like even licking the side of the car, like the big long tongue lolls out, determined to catch scent, smell, taste, sight, something. Maybe you bled a little.
No. He says with his hand over his nose.
No. Probably should have made you take some bashing, but I was too busy laughing.
And that's how I survived, guys. Take the SD laugh.
It's pretty fail-safe. So on the downside for Bill, Marrowbones has kind of lunged between the cars to where Dumbass fell, to where Trip tripped. And you occasionally get a little glimpse of it, but not a real good shot. The handler is kind of sedately catching up because let's be honest.
I see that thing, don't I?
Which thing?
The fucking dog.
Yes,
Yeah.
you do. You can hear that thing a mile away. The borks. I should say the buffs. Big dog. Go boof.
Mm-hmm.
and the snarling and the slavering and the it's so happy.
I don't see Trip, so I'm gonna get closer because I think Trip is after fucking this. So I'm gonna see if I can find him.
You may continue moving closer and roll another alertness check. I will give Marrowbones another alertness check.
Nope, don't see Trip.
Oh my god. Look on the bright side, you don't hear horrible screaming, so he's not dying. That's good.
He's imagining him hiding under a tree going, please don't find me.
It occurs to me I forgot to apply the negative from before, but that's okay.
It's okay. He doesn't need to find anybody. He has all his hate to find everybody.
You had 3 successes on your
my
blur,
stealth?
right?
On my blur, yeah.
Alright, you're clear.
Good. Although you're seizing the edge anyway, if I wasn't.
So far, you are inexplicably clear.
I'm gonna look. I can see Marrowbones, right? Like he's actually in my visual sight now, right?
I mean, you saw the thing lunge past. It has lunged between 2 of the train cars and is very excitedly searching. Probably half up under one of them at this point.
You know what? Anton is that paranoid. I'm a sense worm the dog. Not worm tailed. I can't tell it failed, so I can't even tell if it's worm tailed or not. But
I'll give you this. This whole place is so tainted, you really can't pick it out.
Look, I'm just rolling because a dog looking like that is just goddamn terrifying.
It's terrifying, but you're not able to really get any sort of direction or intensity. You go to roll it, and you're kind of overwhelmed by just how much there is in the area.
Okay, so what I am going to do. What have I got on me that I can use? Check my shit. I will. Alright, Katie.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to time my jump because I imagine I'm just over Marrowbones. I'm going to use Hush on it.
On your own jump?
Oh no, I'm Marrowbones.
You're just going to suddenly make Marrowbones go silent?
Yep.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-oh.
What's my roll again? What's
you're going to make me look it up?
I got it.
Mr. Butt?
It is wits +4 for difficulties. Wits subterfuge difficulties. Targets wits +4.
Targets wits +4.
Give me, what is your roll, Marrowbones?
Think. One moment. I eyeball some things. To decide whether or nope, I don't even feel bad. Difficulty's 8. You there, buddy?
Yeah, I'm there. Do you need me to roll?
Yeah, your difficulty's 8.
8? Fuck me, 2 successes.
Can't say shit. Your wits is 4.
Yeah, but it's a dog.
Sure it is.
It's a really witty dog.
Yeah, I knew it. Theory confirmed.
You know, Anton doesn't know shit. Because technically it works.
Mm-hmm.
So, Bill, there has been some chaos and a lot of noise going on. I mean, at this point for you, it's kind of echoing because you're like you've got Overwatch over all of this. Like, imagine you were like the equivalent of up on that little building there at the bottom. Like, you've got a good watch over the entire thing. So you're not on a building in the middle of it, but that's about the distance you've got. So here's the thing. Suddenly the chaos goes silent. People start deviating from their courses. And Anton, what are you doing with the hush in action?
Moving, like over the thing, and we're heading back towards the car. Like, gone.
Okay. You book it.
That is what I'm using to gain all the attention away, so they're all going to focus on one point and give Trip and Bill and me the perfect exit.
Yeah, Bill, you see at least 3 people immediately deviate off of what looks like a normal guard walking course. And they all spin around and start heading towards where that dog is no longer making noise.
All right. Well, I can't see the dog.
You can't see the dog, but you could hear it up till now.
I cannot see Lady Wolfenstein.
You cannot.
I can't even fucking hear Lady Wolfenstein.
Lady Wolfenstein has gone very silent.
Flapjack Slap Happy is fucking, I don't know where the cocky is. Anton is the darkness that is both his coffee and his soul. So all I really got to keep track of, just me up here with my super illegal gun.
My super illegal gun.
Is fucking all these dudes suddenly stopping and fucking making a beeline for the nothing zone. I hope they're all on fucking segways.
No, this is gravel. A Segway wouldn't be very effective, sir.
Well, too fucking bad. There's segways in my heart.
Why are you like this?
All right. So the segways that aren't real, but are in my heart, are careening these fucking rail yard Paul Blarts to about one area where Bill surmises that some type of fucking is beginning to occur. However, he can't see it yet. He has yet to gaze into the fucking eye of this shitstorm. Instead, he'll just try to track the guards.
On the bright side, again, at least you don't hear Trip or Anton screaming like they're dying.
That is the bright side. I haven't had to start shooting these people whose only crime was taking a night job.
All right, Trip, you're going to hit the fence first. Give me that athletics to get up and over. Beautiful. Anton, you will be the second to hit the fence.
What am I rolling? Athletics?
Yep. Haul your ass over that bitch. Beautiful. Bill. Is anyone...
Bill fucking flexes his way through the fence.
Bill is like still on sentry because he doesn't know what's happening.
Hello?
Is it
me? It's me you're looking for.
Anton, at this point, like, do I finally see the fucking flail of Trip?
I mean, I assume Trip is gonna keep up that blur till he gets back to the car. Unless he loses all composure the second he gets over that fence, which is totally feasible.
I mean, I'm not going to say that won't happen. But I'm fairly certain that he'll feel comfortable, like, once he's, like, 10 feet away from the fence, he can drop his blur. I think it's more of an instinctive sort of relaxation.
What?
Essentially, because what he's using blur reflexively, he's not aware of it. So when he's gotten like over the fence and a good 10 feet away, he'll kind of relax some because he's gotten over the fence and blur drops.
This is gonna be funny. So I clear the fence. I see him pop into sight. I grab him by the back of the collar and just yank and go, "Come on!" As I drop my blur and start yanking him towards the car. Fuck up, I can fucking hear you. Come on. I'll message Bill as I'm yanking him by the flannel, going, "We're heading towards back towards the car."
It is now time to withdraw.
Bill falls off the fucking car. Then I don't know why I'm expecting this to go wrong.
Bill never even cleared the fence. Bill just had Overwatch through
I just expected Bill just to go, and now it's time to slip. And he just falls off the thing.
Where's that fucking Timmy the Tuba shit? What?
Rolls down the fucking thing going.
Bill whirls and runs back towards the car, gets hit by a car. He didn't look both ways. Oh, no. As tempting as it is, that would actually be really fucking funny. But no, I'm not hitting Bill with a car today unless he would like to go play in traffic right now. Bill does seem smarter than that. I pray.
You're funny as fuck. I'm sorry.
Oh my god. No, he is not going to go and do the anti-safety dance.
Fuck. You all adjourn to the vehicle. Somehow all in one piece.
Turtle like finally arrive at the car. His Trip is just like, they're like, hey, hey.
Yeah. So everything's going back into the dark chest of wonders that is Bill's fucking trunk before we get in the car and leave.
Bill takes off his assault rifle hiding trench coat, also stows that in the trunk.
Bill comes out like the Matrix.
Bill's prepared for a lot of different situations. Bill's the most paranoid person in the group next to Anton.
Oh, God. But yeah, no, we get in the car and we start to drive away. He'll look over to Bill. They're patrolling the area. They're using it as territory. Once they go in, the guards are not going to find them. They've been claiming it, marking it.
That was a big dog.
That was a big fucking dog.
That was a really big dog.
A really big fucking dog.
That was a creepily intelligent looking dog.
It was, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So wait, if that's pretty fucked when you think about it.
We don't know that for a fact, but
Come on, did you see that?
it would be a tempting cover.
Did you see that? You didn't. That was fucking terrible.
Look, I'll put it this way. It seemed like the dog was in charge way more than anybody else there.
Yeah, exactly.
We could have taken him.
They both just slowly turn.
I mean, Bill's looking at the road, but he's just like, odds are, knowing my reactions to being shot with guns very similar to the one I was using today, the most I could have done for you, young man, is momentarily annoy whoever that was before they resumed trying to eat you.
By coincidence, I've been called momentarily annoying as well. By the way, can we stop by a liquor store before the way home? I can't drink that wine.
I was having a good day.
Yeah, me too, Bill.
Getting around train yards with an AR-15 is your version of a good day.
No, not getting caught is good. But, okay, so assuming the dog was one of us, that would mean plausibly that maybe not all of the staff, but the ones working most closely with it are maybe some distant variation of kin.
Yeah, most likely.
I mean, I find it implausible that everyone who works there is directly associated, but enough people to make it workable, I could believe.
Those people on that shift, at least.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, that makes us kind of sense.
So, this is where your legwork's going to come in. We need to get a file record of that train yard, of people who work there at least.
Okay. Not gonna lie, it'd be easier with the kid, but I can give a crack at it.
If you can get him,
Wait, so this dog is running things at this train yard? If that's the
Yes,
case,
Trip, the
man
dog is
said-
the mastermind.
totally mastermind, buddy.
Shit, all I'm saying is if that dog's
I
running
mean-
around giving orders, then the man in the train yard would know about it.
Look, I mean, I haven't seen that thing fight, but it looked big, strong, but not exactly the smartest, so... JJ equivalent.
Yeah, all I'm saying
Which
is
means if
I've
it
heard
does-
rumors.
Which means if it does catch up to someone who's not Osei Anton or in a pinch me, it will kill them.
Oh, yeah. I think I killed their scout by the looks of things.
I mean, let's be fair. I probably wouldn't make it and give you a run for your money.
I'm not. I killed their scout easily. I dropped him. I got the jump on him. I was lucky. That thing was big, and that thing was alert.
Yeah, that's the Arun.
Yeah. So if we're going to take this down, we got to take it down tactically. And we got to take it down fast. And we got to all hit it at the same time.
Yeah.
Let's find out where they're working at the train yard. And let's hope to God they don't spread anywhere else.
You guys know I know somebody working at the train yard, right? Well, I know of.
There's a
Okay.
slow, the head tilt. And you didn't think to tell us now about that.
Y'all never asked. Listen,
Oh,
they
pull over
say
the car.
some dude
Oh,
is
oh,
running.
pull over the car. Pull over the car.
Yeah, sure. I am now pulling over the... Jesus.
Pulls over the car,
Anton just gets out very calmly.
puts on the hazard lights.
We're calm. We're calm. Walks over to Trip's door. We're calm. Opens Trip's door. We're not calm. I'm spending 2 rage. If you wanna resist this, Raz, you can, or are you just gonna narrowly let Anton just slap you so fucking, punch you so fucking hard twice? I'm not gonna roll damage.
Oh no, he ain't taking that.
Okay, then we have to roll initiative.
Oh, Bill's just like the upholstery.
What are we running?
Initiative.
What's initiative again?
Dex plus wits plus 1d10.
That's wits.
Yeah, it's 1d10
Uh,
plus your dex and wits.
10 plus 7.
Oh Jesus, I'm still faster. I blow to rage. I roll to hit.
That's 3.
Base
Trip, you can you can't dodge in a car, but you could try to block maybe. If you would
Wait,
like to use your
have
action
I been
doing that.
I thought I'd been dragged out. So.
No. I'm just going to hit you in the car.
Oh, okay.
So
what would I
dex
do to
brawl, or dex brawl to try to block.
block? Okay, shit. What's my... Okay.
Cover your head, protect your neck.
Nope.
Oh no, that's just
Oh.
one success whittled off.
Bashing.
Oof.
What is with these rolls?
That's a was a haymaker. That was a fucking hook he just hit you with.
Do you want to reflexively spend a point of rage, essentially trying to just protect your neck?
Yeah.
Oh, buddy. You can
22.
try to block again. You've got a -1. You've got a wound penalty. So -1 dice. He whiffs one off again. Oh dear.
Oh, trip. One bashing. Oh, this is so bad. And
Okay.
second rage. I botch, punch the fucking.
Punch
No.
the fucking car.
It makes me angry. But I'll stop after that point. Just.
Oh yeah, you'll stop.
I don't
Oh,
punch
dear.
the car and just lets out this.
Yeah, Trip takes that second after taking that sucker punch to the jaw. And you're standing in the doorway. Trip is inside the car.
Close the door.
Well, I wouldn't.
He has initiative. He can just close the door.
That's
man.
I'm gonna close the door. I mean, let's close the door. The trip.
I mean, Trip can whip it open again, but
Could he whip it open with both his legs?
you could absolutely try to kick open the car door. Bill might not appreciate it.
This is gonna end so fucking badly for him.
Yeah.
That's all I'm gonna say.
Aw, Trip.
Wait, has he managed to close the door and move back into his seat?
Hmm?
I was wondering where Anton is standing right now.
He has snapped the door shut. Yeah, Anton, where are you standing in relation to the door once you've slammed it?
I'm taking about maybe like a step back, maybe at most. Like getting ready to go back and sit down in the car. Like one step. So I'm like pretty close.
Whereas opening the door would be a movement. If you would like to kick it open, I will need a strength check to slam that bitch open.
Now you know what? Trip will very gingerly get out. You know, the sort of like getting out, closing the door, shaking his head like, okay, yeah, that just happened. And attempt to sucker punch Ats on that.
I'm gonna roll alertness on that. I think that's fair.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. Roll alertness to see if you see it coming.
I see you.
Oh, Jesus.
I see
That
your ass.
additive.
What does that do for me, Kaylee?
It means he doesn't get an ambush. You guys can do initiative again since you're re-engaging.
Yep. Oh, I'm re-engaging. I'll reinitiate that.
Don't forget, Trip, you have spent 1 rage but gained 2 at this point, and you're now gaining a 3rd.
13.
Oh, God. Sir, you have 2 rows for a reason.
What?
Like, there's a roll for your temp and a roll for your perm.
What?
What?
I mean, unless you bought your rage up to 6
No,
at creation.
that's our initiative.
I'm looking at his sheet.
Oh, no, I just misclicked.
No, I'm saying, like, use this one to keep track of that,
Yeah.
and use that to keep track of your perm, wherever it is.
Okay.
Because otherwise I will get really confused, and I will not remember
Okay.
what your permanent is.
We both have 13.
Yeah. Whatever.
Where did you note your... There they are. Okay. And your... So your perm is... there. 1, 2, 3. So you are right there.
Yeah.
Alright, sorry, you both got 13. Did you get the exact same die roll?
No, I got a 5. You got a 6.
Then you go first because your collective attributes are higher than his collective attributes.
Cool. Dropping a rage. That's ball. Actually, no, strength ball. I'm gonna grapple his fucking ass. 2 successes. Try grapple trip.
All right, and Trip, you can dodge this, or you
Also
can get
Dex Athletic.
Dex Athletics.
What's my other option? What's the other option?
Basically, you can dodge or you can get grappled because
don't
we're not going to do LWAD rules here.
Don't forget your wound penalties.
Yes, don't forget your wound penalty. So you're at -1 dice. Sidekick, this is not the fucking moment.
It was only grand for me.
Yeah.
Oh, there it is. All right, try it again. Oh, never mind. It's good. So that's 3 versus
2.
2.
Cool.
So you managed to skirt out of the way. Would you like to spend a point of rage?
Yep.
Okay. So
Come here,
first
bud.
rage action.
Come here, buddy. I'm going for a grapple again with iron grip. That's 3.
Okay. You met Dirge again.
Jesus.
Oh, he's a slippery little fucker.
Cool. I have a second rage.
Is
Come here, buddy.
Sadly, there's nothing you can do about that one.
With iron grip, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
He just doesn't have an action left to doge it.
Cool. I'll apply damage. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Jesus.
6 bashing rod.
See if you soak any of it, buddy.
no, I'm dead.
No, you're not dead. I won't kill you.
What is my time? My time is 3.
So that's still 5, 6, 7, so it rolls over to unlethal, and if you want to narrate how you do him that much damage with a clinch move, go for it.
Trip dodges me once. Trip dodges me twice, and Anton growls going, "You little fucking shit, you should have fucking..." Bull charges, grapples you up, Raz. And I mean literally, he just rounds you down to the ground and just presses. The point where you, like, his arms are like titanium steel, to the point where you actually feel like he's cutting off air to your lungs at this point, because he's just pressing you down on the ground that hard. It's like a viper.
I mean, it's very possible that if nothing else, the impact with the ground, like you hear a crack or two, and yeah, Trip's gonna go out cold before too long.
Yep.
And the last thing you see is just Anton fucking glaring at you like he's fucking livid.
Bill, do you have anything to contribute to this? Have you even gotten out of the driver's seat?
No.
No.
No. Just watching this.
Just like looking at his rearview mirror, like, ooh, that's
Roll
up.
down those windows so I could smoke a cigarette. And around the time that like nobody's moving back there, he actually gets out of the car.
Yeah,
like goes to survey what's happened.
Anton just gets off the Trip, who's like fucking, I imagine, just crippled on the ground.
Jesus Christ. Like, I wasn't gonna stop it.
Fucker.
I thought we weren't supposed to tase him.
I was tasing. I was teaching him a fucking lesson.
I did. All right.
No. He's gonna learn rule number 1. Don't hide anything from the group. That's what happens. Can't afford to be sloppy. Especially not with them out there.
All right.
I'll put him in the fucking backseat.
So one week later.
Yeet.
Yeah, and hop in the fucking passenger seat beside Bill.
We're going back to the mansion, or
back to the fucking mansion. Can't exactly stop off at a fucking Wendy's, but passed out this fucker in the backseat. He'd fucking wake up.
I mean, like, I have a home here in Roanoke.
Drop him off there. Stay with you for the night before I fucking cripple his ass.
All right. And they head to the first of the Casa de Bill, one of 3.
It's a bungalow. Now here's the question. Is Bill going to let Anton take his car back? Is he going to drop Trip there and hope he doesn't wake up before he takes the long ride out to the mansion and back? What is the plan?
He'll let
I'll take
Anton.
I'll take your car back. You stay with the kid. Be the easiest thing to do.
Yeah, no, that's fine. I got more than one vehicle around here these days. Passive money, man. Passive income. It's amazing.
Just explain to him the rules. What happens when you piss the group off? He'll get it.
Yeah, okay.
Just be stringent on him. We're not gonna have a fucking another JJ in our hands.
I know. But for now, I'm making bacon.
Gives a thumbs up as he's getting in the car to drive away.
And Trip finds himself on a very nice couch while Bill makes food in the kitchenette. You wake yet? Welcome to one of my houses.
You got a house?
Well, technically, I have like a house and 2 condos, but
Whoop the fucking ribs hurt too much to be snarky.
the curtains are drawn, kid. You can shift up for a second. Or lay there and be miserable, whatever. I'm making bacon.
You got any beers?
That is a good fucking question. There's a local girl around here named Stacy. I pay her to take care of the place. So let's see how good a job the Stacy that lives in Roanoke, who is different from a neighbor of mine named Stacy, did of keeping beer in my fucking refrigerator. He opens the fridge.
Abby may have taken all your cocoa, but she wouldn't have touched your beer.
All right, there we go. Now, this place is clean. Pokes his head in the server room, and everything's doing what's supposed to be fucking doing. Pokes his head out of the server room. And I'm just going to assume you're 21. Don't open your mouth to contradict me.
What year does this take place, Katie?
Huh?
What year does this take place, Katie?
4 years prior to this life, which is modern day. So
2000.
14 or 15, 2015.
Okay. The one I didn't remember. I just wrote 1995.
So here's beer, here's bacon and eggs. So you may have noticed at some point in the last 4 hours that you were beaten savagely.
Yeah. No, He's so good. He's fine. Thanks.
Do you have an inkling as to why that occurred?
Because Anton's got a stick big enough to be called a log lodged up his anus.
You withheld an important detail.
If he had let me finish, Thicko over there might have heard that I know a rumor that there's a dude who runs product through the fucking train yard. Now, nobody's ever seen him, but I ain't never gone looking for him either. So I can get the word out and see if this guy knows what's actually going on, or maybe if he's part of Mr. Dog on a Leash running train yard situation. This is good beer, by the way.
Yeah, that's what money buys you. Anyway, you need to be careful how you fucking phrase things in the future. I was about to go on this whole thing about how you're not supposed to keep fucking secrets from us because we live and die in that shit. But if I'm going to believe that added detail, this brings me to a different lesson, which is miscommunication. So pretty much all of us have a constant urge towards violence and emotional outbursts, put it that way. We're all on a pretty exaggerated time scale. I'm just a little more good at keeping a lid on it than most folks.
Why, are you on Adderall or something?
No.
Yoga,
No, I'm just good like
meditation?
that.
Right. Good like that, okay.
My point being, you need to be very careful how you phrase things. You need to be especially careful of the timing.
Well, I'll do my utmost best not to get on His Highness' bad side again. Wouldn't want to touch any toes inappropriately. That's the word, right? Touching toes. Yeah.
The flip side of what I'm trying to explain to you isn't just a fucking beating. If we lose control in a certain way, we get big and furry and we can't stop what
Kill
we're doing.
everything within this. Yada, yada. Yeah, he told me as much.
All
You
right.
probably think with these sort of tendencies, you guys wouldn't propagate into the same fucking house.
Look. Just keep a better mind on what you're saying and doing. I think as you discovered today, most of us play for keeps.
Well, Bill, any other day, I tell a rich, upper class man like yourself to go stuff it, but this is really nice beer and that bacon smells fucking delicious. So I'm gonna take that advice this time.
Uh-huh.
What the hell does a werewolf do to get rich? You're a lawyer or something?
No. I do consulting mostly, and I took a lot of money that I got from a few very, very lucrative contracts, and I invested it.
Yeah, I ain't never met no rich man ever clean hands.
I didn't have this money until very recently.
I knew a rich.
Yeah, I guess. To be honest, I blow most of it supporting all this stuff we get up to. A few projects of my own.
Sounds like a fantastic way to live your life. I'm curious how you were all so gun-ho to jump into some war you didn't even know dick about for what? How many months ago?
The difference between your perspective and mine is that I've been around long enough to see what happens when we don't get involved.
Right.
And frankly, regardless of your stance on the whole thing, you do now have a metaphysical target on your back. Other types of creatures will flock to your presence. They will sense it. They will be able to pick you out of a crowd. And they are not friendly.
You know, Lifetime TV really made being a werewolf look so much cooler.
Bill shrugs.
But I know how to take a beating, so I guess I'll adapt.
For now, get some rest. I don't think anybody's going much anywhere till morning.
No, the boss
Mm-hmm.
waves his beard kind over his head as he heads down the hallway looking forward.
And Bill goes out onto his porch and sits in that little chair that's always on the porch and smokes a cigarette.
All right, guys. Is that it for us?
Yeah.
All right, then we will call it a scene. Thank you, players, for playing. Thank you, watchers, for watching. We'll see you next time. Another scene for Lost Cub.